5th place, 2020 Buick Enclave. Highs, the any way you fold M cargo champ and the passing acceleration king. Lows, the most money nets you the least stuff and a cheap feeling interior. Verdict, remember the Buick Open? This is a time capsule from that era. The competition in this segment is tough, so tough that we couldn't find a lot of nice things to say about the Buick. Someone did mention after a few rounds at Tap 30 Poorhouse in Petoskey that the Enclave didn't seem to be the kind of vehicle a sex offender would drive. Driving it revealed that its interior is richer and nicer than the Ford's, although that bars Dachshund steeplechase low. And we can't even say that all the bits are nicer. Those $1,400 sunroofs were the sort of cheap spring-loaded retractable shades that slap when retracted, the kind you'd find in a Motel 6 or a Tom and Jerry cartoon. They would feel cheap in an old Volkswagen with a crank-operated sunroof. In a nearly $50,000, brand-new Buick, they're embarrassing. The Enclave can carry a lot of stuff, but so will a cargo van. Its interior design and execution fall behind the class leaders. The 3.6-liter six-cylinder is always at the ready with power, but its coarseness is unbecoming a car that purports to be from a luxury brand. A lazy 9-speed automatic transaxle has smooth upshifts, but the other vehicles in this group manage seamless gear changes without the sluggishness. It's hard to love the vehicle that costs the most and offers the least content. The Enclave also lacks the design and materials to justify that premium price. The instrument panel appears to have received some attention from the designers, but the rest of the Buick's interior seems phoned in. The Essence trim doesn't even come with a factory navigation system, it's optional. But at least Android Auto and Apple CarPlay integration are standard. Buick's big infotainment innovation is that you can order pizza from your Enclave. GM's Marketplace app allows you to order food from Domino's, though not to your car. You can either go get it or have it delivered to your home. It's not worth getting into the details, but we will say that after an hour of trying to figure it out and set it up, we just dialed a phone and ordered an 8-corner deep dish from the nearest Jets Pizza. We were briefly excited when we noticed the SD badge on the Buick's liftgate. But then we remembered that those letters mean something cool on the Explorer. Here, they denote the Sport Touring package, but they might as well mean sad trombone. 4th place, 2020 Ford Explorer. Highs, longitudinal engine, just like a BMW. Lows, sparsely equipped and cheap inside, just like a last-generation Explorer. Verdict, Ford lays the foundation for a brighter future but lets the Lincoln Aviator realize it. Have you ever considered that maybe we've had it wrong all these years? That it's not supposed to be FOMO Co but in fact FOMO Company. Just imagine the board meeting, hey, all those luxury brands seem like they're having a great time with longitudinal engine, rear drive SUVs. We used to do that. Let's do it again. YOLO. In a homogeneous class, aiming the engine rearward is a gutsy way to stand out. In an admittedly tight grouping, the Explorer finished last in the slalom and found itself in a three-way tie for the worst on the skid pad. But the dynamic expectations fostered by the Explorer's new layout begin to fade as soon as you slide into the hard, flat seats. They offer little lateral support and were perhaps designed to make it easy for utility-belted police officers to slide in and out of. It's just as well, as the Explorer isn't as dynamic as we'd hoped. In an admittedly tight grouping, the Explorer finished last in the slalom and found itself in a three-way tie for worst on the skid pad. At least its braking distance was the shortest in the test. Drive it as if you're on the way to the hospital when the contractions are 4 minutes apart and you'll find an unsettling discombobulation between the axles in response to anything other than the smallest steering input. Jerk the wheel to dodge a chunk of truck tire on the freeway and a moment passes before the rear end follows suit. In less hurried driving, the 2.3-liter surges and lags like the highly boosted engine working against a lot of mass that it is. Flooring it does have its rewards. The Explorer managed the quickest 0 to 60 time in the group, although, at full whack, the mufflers emit a buffeting sound as though someone had lowered a rear window without cracking a front. If there's one part of a car engineered for smooth airflow, you'd think it'd be the exhaust system.